Hello, this is a tomato called British Santini. It's sold by Marks and Spencer's and it's absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Now I've looked for these seeds and I can't see them anywhere. I'm not too sure they're commercially available. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some seeds from one of these British Santini tomatoes today and try and germinate them and grow them on into a plant. And this is how I'm going to do it. Just let me get some water in this liquidizer. Okay, now we're not going to be growing a lot of these, so we don't need to use all these. I'm going to eat most of these. We'll take that one, he looks the reddest, and we'll see how many seeds we can get from that one tomato. Okay, we'll simply drop it in the blender, put the lid on, turn it on. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use one of these kitchen strainers to strain this water through it, collect the seeds. Don't go away. Okay, that's what we're left with. So we need to tap that out. Okay, so as not to stretch this video out too far and you lose interest, I actually did one of these tomatoes yesterday and I sorted the seeds out from this, and I'll just show you that one because that's the one we're going to use today. Okay, I hope you can see this. There are seeds on there, you might be able to see them moving. I think there are about 2 dozen seeds on that plate, and they're the seeds we're going to be sowing. Tomato seeds need to be sown at a depth of about 1/4 of an inch. So what I've actually done is, I've got this container, it's already got some compost in, which I've firmed down, and I've firmed it down to just about 1/4 of an inch below the level of the top of the container. So if we were to sow seeds on that compost and then fill that container, all those seeds would be in at about 1/4 of an inch. Okay. First things first, we're going to wet the compost. I've seen this before. We like our recycling homegrown veg. That's the compost wet. Now then, just a little grid pattern. You don't actually need this, but I find it helps to space the seeds out. And what we're going to do, we're going to try and put a seed in every other square. Okay, and then at a later date when these seedlings are bigger, we'll transplant them up. So that sits in there like that. Okay. Matchstick, small container with water in it. Now because these seeds were taken yesterday, they've had the night to dry out. Okay, which makes them easier to pick up with a wet matchstick. You probably won't see this, you might. There is a seed on the end of that matchstick. Okay, I'm going to place that in that square there. That square there. Just check that it's gone off the end of the matchstick. That square there. That's 3 seeds sown. That square there. Now it wouldn't be a crisis if we actually got out of sequence with these seeds, but it is nice if you can. Try and space them equally, and then they all get the same amount of room to develop. At least that's the theory. But you'll see when these guys grow, if they grow, that they've all got a reasonable amount of space. Okay, is that one gone? Yeah, I think it has. So how many is that? There's a dozen in there. So if that doesn't germinate, or 10 of those doesn't germinate, we'll be happy with that. So take this grid off. Just offer you that up. You might be able to see those seeds sitting. Maybe not. Okay. We'll move that out the way before we knock it over. We'll just drizzle some more compost on there. How easy was that? Okay, so they should be all in now, about 1/4 inch. And tomatoes germinate between 15 and 20 degrees C. And if you want that in Fahrenheit, do 59 degrees Fahrenheit, 68 degrees Fahrenheit. So if you're within that range, you should be able to get your seeds to germinate. If you're outside that range, they may still germinate, just take a bit longer. Okay, so all we need to do now is keep that warm for a few weeks and see what develops. It's now 3 weeks since I separated those seeds out from the Santini tomato using a liquidizer. There are a number of ways you can separate seeds out from store-bought tomatoes, but that was the method I decided to use. And we sowed 12 seeds, didn't we? We used a grid pattern, tried to keep them separate. Take a look at this 3 weeks later. What do you think? Ho ho ho! Exactly 12 tomato plants growing in this container. Too good to be true. That's because it isn't. It isn't true. These aren't Santini. No, this is a tomato called red pear. And these plants are being grown from seeds that I purchased. So that's red pear, but they've only been in there the same length of time as the Santini that we planted. Let's have a look at Santini. Whoa, not as good, is it? In fact, it's poor. 1, 2, 3 germinations out of 12 seeds. But hey, we could grow these plants on. We could grow this Santini tomato plant on. There's nothing to stop us, and there's nothing to say that perhaps another few seeds won't germinate, but I very much doubt it. But anyway, that's one way to take seeds from a shop bought tomato. They do germinate, at least some of them do. And you may want to have a shot, particularly if you found a tomato just like I did, that tasted really nice and you would like to grow them. If you can't find the seeds, just try and take some yourself. Okay, so I hope you've enjoyed this video. This is Homegrown Veg, signing out.